I invite you to dream. Coconut Coast, year 2022, bicentennial anniversary of Brazil. Today, all children and youth of Brazil, ages 4 to 17, are in school. Today, every 8-year-old child in this country knows how to read and write. And starting last year, all Brazilian youth have finished elementary and secondary school. In this year, 2022, we met our environmental goals in the production and consumption of food, in the use of heavy metals and organic pollutants, utilizing our natural resources sustainably and preserving our extraordinary biodiversity. These objectives were also met here in the Coconut Coast. With persistence, with faith, with tenaciousness, and with hope, we made it there. Or better yet, we made it here, where we are, in this blessed place. Reason for pride for Bahians and Brazilians, a place which today serves as a world reference point for sustainability combined with social justice and prosperity. Now it is time to remember how all this began, with the dream and courageousness of a few, a handful of brave and battling women and men. And this is why we must return to our past to tell how it all began over 20 years ago. In that era, beginning of the century, there was a truly unorganized avalanche of tourism development in the region, a region of many poor people without formal education, in a time where the locals only went to school for less than 4 years. In this region, basic sanitation only reached 12% of the region's houses, where an average of 4 people per household lived, in houses of just 30 square meters. A region still without urban planning, where the tourism projects sprouted up without orientation for zoning. A region where household family income was $2,100 per year, well below the poverty level established by the UN. At the same time, there was a true explosion of development. In just 5 years, the number of hotel beds went from 450 to 5,000. The annual number of guests from 12,000 to nearly 200,000. In those days, our rivers were threatened by squatting and pollution. We had not yet managed to secure the preservation of the diverse flora and fauna, which we ourselves did not even know very well. Subsistence culture was not valued for its knowledge, but rather, little by little, destroyed. Nor the sophisticated local culture derived from its ancestors and its descendants that inhabited the region since the beginning of the 17th century was properly utilized and capitalized. Neither the fantastic historic legacy, which today we know reconstructs the oldest and most historic period of our nation, was known, nor the archaeological sites, even though they had already been discovered during that time. Tourism, a decisive source of wealth for the region, had not yet awoken to its most valuable assets, which were the combination of the region's own history, culture, nature, and leisure. In the last 20 years, we gave the world a great offering of options: art, dance, music, sun and sand, hammock naps, archaeology, cultural events, and business opportunities, all enwrapped in an environment marvelously preserved by a happy and beautiful people, filled with eagerness to build this future that we today, in 2022, enjoy. If we turn back 20 years in time, we see that the hope of this stage of success was already there. Back then, we could count on the initiatives of its various businesses present in the region, its various tourism developments, its municipal governments, its tourism cluster, its communities, its people. And so was the dream of this future, today a reality, with one of the largest tourism networks in the world, a preserved environment, today even larger, understanding its potential, rescuing its beautiful history, careful in its expansion, just and prosperous as a result of its people's development, and having distributed the benefits for all those involved in a balanced manner. The dream of this future was there, in that handful of women and men believing one day that it was possible to construct such a preserved, just, and prosperous place. A future built by sweat and hard work, by belief in planning, and by its own capacity. Capacity to change mentalities. Capacity to deny destruction in exchange for quick and easy returns. For the good of all. To serve as an example for Brazil and for the world that it was possible to achieve our dreams. Coconut Coast, October 6th of 2022, bicentennial anniversary of Brazil's independence.